Stablecoin supply ratio increased. Bitcoin user demand dwindles. Is this the rhythm of falling? Bitcoin inscriptions continue to grow in popularity. Long-term holders have no change in faith. Another bullish signal. There are express regulations not to sell coins at will. BitGet, the dark horse of the exchange, was revealed that it freezes user accounts at will. It's crazy. Bitdeer building a mine in Bhutan. 23,000 mining machines are already in place. $500 million bet on crypto mining infrastructure. What does this mean? Crowd calls for exchanges proof of reserves. To increase transparency, Binance actively cooperated and showed its ninth card. China's Bitcoin adds new jurisprudence. 341 Bitcoins were borrowed and not returned. How will the court judge? Change the world with cryptocurrency. Get our wealth code. Let's get rich together.
This is Media Blockchain. On Tuesday, August 8, I'm Michael. Let's look at the data first. Bitcoin supply ratio senior. This is a very important market indicator. Many people often ignore it. It is possible to gain insight into between Bitcoin and the dollar, an indicator of a dynamic supply and demand balance. When senior is low, it shows that the purchasing power of stable currency is relatively high. So you see, from the beginning of the year, we saw senior increased from 2.36 to 4.65. Then this dramatic increase, showed, indicating the purchasing power of stable counters against Bitcoin, is significantly decreased. But everyone can see, prices are still rising. Actually promotes senior. There are many factors to adjust. For example, the issuance of stable coins also pushes the senior, because when the market goes down, many assets will be exchanged for stable coins, come as a safe haven. On the other hand, the rise in senior indicates that the purchasing power of stable counters against Bitcoin is also continuously declining. This may result in Bitcoin demand will decrease. Then for the currency price down, will exert a momentum. Let's take another look at the BREX -20 ecology. If Bitcoin is all public chain, what new changes? The data shows that on August 7, within 24 hours a day, 100,000 new inscriptions is inscribed in the Bitcoin blockchain. If the unit is 24 hours, this is the second highest number. The previous high was set in July. At that time, 420,000 new inscriptions were added in 24 hours. What does this data represent? Everyone should know. Each inscription represents a transaction, because it has to pay gas fees. 24 hours in 21 years, 22 years. The average transaction volume is 100,000. So for now, everyone can understand it as BREX -20 ecology. The transaction volume of the public chain of Bitcoin increased by 4 times. Let's take a look at the data showing orders with 69.2% of Bitcoin have been holding it for more than a year. If your coin stood in cold wallet for 1 year, you're among the 69.2%. What does this mean? Long-term holder. Holding strategy for Bitcoin. Very firm belief. So even in the past year, very bare time. Among them, 55.7% are depositors. It has been accumulating coins for more than 2 years. 40.1% of the currency tuning party for more than 3 years. 29.1% of the currency tuning party for more than 5 years. So everyone can see, the current market is really boring. No fluctuation. A person who seeks profit in the short term, speculators, transaction is not active. But you can see from the data, long-term holder. We are now building positions on dips. They are actively accumulate your own currency. Therefore, the data of the long-term currency tuning party has now reached 74.8% of Bitcoin supply. I tell everyone, the beginning of every bull market is all data like this. After reading the macro data, let's sort out the 24-hour news. If you think our coming is helpful for you, welcome to give us a thumbs up. Everyone knows that after Binance was fired, after Champion Joe was indicted, who is the biggest beneficiary? Of course, someone like we. Secondary exchanges. All secondary exchanges. In fact, it is shared. The traffic after FUD Binance left. Among them, BTG's platform currency directly broke through the record high because it registers users, is also growing very fast. Of course, this is pretty crazy with BTG. Variety of marketing strategies is related. Highest time. The platform currency is $50 million, so if it develops normally, should be able to rank consistently high. But Bitage recently came out with a very negative news. He's the one who froze the user's account at will. What happened? Take a look.
Riot, as native token of social entertainment platform Realstar, deployed on Polygon BNB chain after being listed on BitGet. At one point the price went from 0.07, dropped to 0.028 USD, fell more than 60%. BitGet checked and found malicious dumping by market makers and KOLs, freeze account, and offer user compensation plan, and this KOL claims to have sued BitGet. $16 million sought. BitGet defended his position, strongly disagree with the allegations, and will reserve legal action. According to WeChat blockchain reports, Jihan Wu's BitDeer completed the construction of mining facilities in Bhutan.
Actually, our channel opinion, I think, market maker and co., regardless of whether he dumped the goods maliciously or not, should not be used arbitrarily. An event such as freezing an account as an exchange, Bitage should be before the currency goes online. Just do your homework. The relevant contract should be signed. If there is a price divergence, when there is a spread, own error correction mechanism, how to prevent this loophole. In the exchange, everyone should know, users are very vulnerable. This is equivalent to not having any rights, because the exchange has great power. He's both a player and a referee, so when something happens, we must stand on the side of the disadvantaged, allow you to connect the network cable and allow you to insert pins. You are not allowed to make a difference. If you earn the difference, you earn more. You are not happy. Where's the reasoning? Let's watch things in our mining circle. BitDeer on April 14 this year, listed on Nasdaq. This is something to be very happy about. At least our mining circle. Another listed company. Explain what? Illustrate foreign capital, or the foreign investment market, is very recognized. Bitcoin mining thing, and in May of this year, BitDeer and the Bhutanese government announced to set up a $500 million cryptocurrency mining fund. Use this money to build hydrogen-powered hydropower to reduce electricity bills. It's been 2 months. The latest developments in this matter.
According to WeChat blockchain reports, Jihan Wu's BitDeer completed the construction of mining facilities in Bhutan. As of the end of July, already around 23,000 newly purchased miners arrived at the mine in Bhutan, but not yet powered on. Power test in progress. These new machines are expected to will provide about 2.5 EHS hash rate.
Bhutan is indeed a very mysterious country. So far, not yet with People's Republic of China to establish diplomatic relations, but Bhutan's water resources is very rich. Its hydroelectric power, accounted for 30% of the country's gross domestic product, provide electricity to 800,000 residents. How much electricity do you think 800,000 residents can use? So it's hydraulically rich in electricity. Is very much cooperation between BitDeer and Bhutan. In fact, the subtext is to reduce electricity bills. This shows two problems. First, the future of Bitcoin is very bright, is worth looking forward to. The second is, Bitcoin mining is still profitable. If Bitcoin mining, if is not a long-term profit to be seen, who will take the trouble? What kind of infrastructure construction? So for mining, I've always been very sure.
Lessons from FTX's downfall. It's not enough to just publish proof of reserves. Can Binance prove its innocence? Bitcoin lending disputes. The court ruled that no return. To 341 Bitcoins. Just give it away for nothing.
Everyone knows that after the downfall of SKEX, all exchanges, all inform one thing, is how to prove that I have money. I have reserves, ability to access user assets. One redemption. What is a reserve fund? What is a proof of assets? That means, when a user deposits a Bitcoin, exchange reserves, at 1 Bitcoin, to secure the user's funds, can be withdrawn at any time. In fact, proof of reserve has been around for a long time. Is a certificate custodian. He has liquidity, a way of paying in full. On the management of proof of reserves, Japan is very strict. Everybody knows. Compliant exchanges in Japan. You have to report every day the status of your reserves. Then the government has special people check every day whether your assets are sufficient or not. So Japanese exchanges have to figure out the problem. Really hard. Today we see Binance also released new certificate of deposit reserve. Let's find out.
Binance recently released the ninth certificate of reserve, announced a total of 30 currencies. The reserve ratio exceeds 100. The four most concerned currencies. Reserve rate for BTC, ETH, BNB asked 105.61 to 2.71 respectively. 113.85 and 117.99, compared with the bus proof of reserve announced by Binance. The user's BTC assets decreased by 0.6, reduced 3,835 BTC. The user's ETH assets decreased by 2.3. reduced 95,000 Ds. The user's BNB assets decreased by 1.4, reduced 423000 BNB. User asked assets decreased by 1.2, reduced 197,010 asked.
So you see, Binance's total assets. In fact, there is not much fluctuation. From 2023 to now, about 55 billion. Fluctuates back and forth between 70 billion. So how much is it now? 62.7 billion. So look at it this way. Even under regulatory pressure, Binance fell under pressure. In fact, its ability to pay is not a big problem. But proof of reserve is not panacea for proving asset security. It has its limitations. How traceable, how to prove it, how to make ordinary users can also be queried. I think it's proof of asset reserve. A way to go. Now that they are all on the Web3 track, why not decentralize? Why not open the data? Let everyone review. For the cryptocurrency market, China's attitude has always been unfriendly. Let's review. These regulatory events in China. 94 ecos banned in 2017. Item is cleared. Digital currency exchange shut down for the first time. Binance is at this moment start to expand overseas market. BitMERC, entire crypto market. After September 4, 2017, is an instant crash. Chinese buyers desperately sell your own data assets. Then the whole world start to suck down Chinese buyers. 518 in 2021, China began to announce to thoroughly crack down on cryptocurrency mining activities. The world's largest mines at Tron in Inner Mongolia pay off. Bitcoin price dropped below $30,000 overnight. Also triggered major cryptocurrency exchanges. The sin of collectively clearing Chinese users to September 24th. National Development and Reform Commission, etc. 11 departments jointly launched notice on rectifying virtual currency mining activities. In the notification, deterministic Bitcoin, cryptocurrencies such as ethereum, cannot be equated with legal tender, belongs to commodity. Recently, there has been a domestic about Bitcoin lending cases of civil disputes. Since Bitcoin is a commodity, so what will the court do? Let's see together.
Recently, Zhu from Jiangsu lent Lin 341 bitcoins. Because Lin did not return, Zhu took Lin to court. The court held that Bitcoin is a specific virtual commodity, does not have the same legal status as currency, with non-compensatory and non-mandatory, cannot and should not be circulated and used in the market, the judge said. Between the parties in this case, the transaction behavior of borrowing Bitcoin, currently not protected by law. Also, Bitcoin does not have the property of a kind of thing. No realistic returnability in this case. Also cannot be quantified using fiat currency. Ultimately, the court dismissed the claim.
How does the civil code regulate things? That is to say things, real and movable property, and our rights under law, as an object of property. But Bitcoin is clearly not real estate, neither chattel, The law does not stipulate it as the object of rights, so legally speaking, it cannot constitute a legal thing.
You can see the problem, since the document of 11 ministries says, Bitcoin is a commodity. Why can't the goods be returned? Cannot use fiat currency to measure its value. Nothing wrong. You lend me a Bitcoin. You can always give me one, even if it's worthless. There's nothing wrong with the court's decision. Why? It is also pointed out in the important notice of 924. This cryptocurrency exchange, not protected by law. Users can freely buy and sell, but you have to bear the losses. So if you are a user in China, you have encrypted assets in your hand, then you have to be safe. How to protect your assets, how to use cold wallet. This is a lesson that must be learned. Check out today's newsletter.
According to local crypto media reports, the Russian government has legally recognized digital currencies issued by other countries. These corresponding legislative changes is managed through a dedicated, import Russia's own, simultaneous implementation of the law on the digital ruble. NFT marketplace Magic Eden on Bitcoin announced support BRC20 decimal place inscription, buy and sell, no longer limited to previous integer functions. It helps to unlock a fine collection of higher value BRC20s. Unibot announced ERC20 tokens are now available. Transfer in or out of Unibot wallet. Restart the robot using menu. You will see the new transfer tokens button. Web3 instant messaging service provider D-Box released a major update. The new version includes fully optimized dApp, brings enhanced on-chain interaction, delivering a seamless experience in a Web3 world. Introduce message list grouping, make it easier for users to manage and filter messages. Ensure a per. According to DeFi Llama data, Huobi trading platform, current total asset value is 2.521亿美元 billion since July 18th, showing a continuous net outflow trend. 140 美元 million net outflows in the past week.
Many people in the currency circle can tell the difference. What is the gold standard? What is Bitcoin standard? The gold standard is all your coins you are using today. How much is it worth in fiat currency? To measure. Let's say Bitcoin is worth 29,000. You just think it's 29,000. But what is the Bitcoin standard? The Bitcoin standard is in the currency circle. Everyone uses the amount of coins to measure my worth. I have 10 Bitcoins. I'm more than the one who has 9 Bitcoins. I am more arrogant. But how much is 10 Bitcoins worth? None of us care. This is an idea called Bitcoin standard. Well, that's all for today. If you think the channel is valuable, welcome to like, share and follow. Also hope you join our member exclusive group. In this link, you can check all membership benefits. We will survive the bear market together. Let's get rich together.